So the Exponential Roadmap Initiative, what is that? Well, we bring together the leading innovators, transformers, and disruptors taking action in line with the 1.5 ambition, with the mission to halve emissions by 2030 through exponential climate actions and solutions. And we are an accredited partner of the UN Race to Zero, which we work very closely with. Our goal is to be the absolute sharpest initiatives in terms of requirements, setting the bar as high as possible for all members. This journey actually started already 2017 with my fellows Owen Gaffney, who's here today, Johan Rockström, and the idea around the carbon law, basically, which basically states that we need to halve emissions every decade, with the most important halving by 2030. And that's actually inspired by the Moore's law, the ICT industry. On top of that, we built this ecosystem of leading actors. As you can see, Ericsson has been there from the start, a very prominent, fantastic partner. But as you can see, a lot of other companies like Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Spotify, Scania, etc., but also innovation companies. And maybe most important, we are independent and absolutely anchored in the latest science by working closely with the Potsdam Institute for Climate Research, Future Earth, and the Stockholm Resilience Center, and so on. But we are really into concrete projects, not into pledging. And just to highlight 4 of the things we've done is the Exponential Roadmap, launched 2018, which basically was the first roadmap highlighting that we have the solutions to halve emissions by 2030 if we scale them exponentially, which is now confirmed by the latest IPCC report. We launched something called the Business Playbook with this idea of simplify for companies what it means to take action in line with the 1.5 ambition. And that's now backed by this ecosystem of companies representing about $1 trillion in revenues. And we also launched something called the Supply Chain Leaders, together with Ericsson and a number of companies, which are working together to drive the idea of halving emissions through all value chains, to all supply chains, to basically cascading that through all the supply chains. And finally, to also support small companies, we have kicked off an initiative about 2 years ago together with the Women Business Coalition and ICC, a normative called the SME Climate Hub for small companies, and basically supporting small companies without any cost to start to take action to halve emissions by 2030. And it's growing fast, more than 4,000 companies. So we are together, not on the journey to reach our own net zero, but actually showing that by going in the front line, it is achievable, it is desirable, and we should make it a race to the top. Thanks.